massive shakeup is coming to the U.S. citizenship process. Starting October 2025, the naturalization test gets tougher. More questions, higher passing scores, and stricter reviews. If you're planning to apply for citizenship, you now face a ticking clock. File before October 18th, and you're safe. Wait too long, and you'll enter a much tougher system. This is Immiscope, your trusted source for U.S. immigration news, policy changes, and visa updates. The Department of Homeland Security and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services just announced sweeping changes to the naturalization civics test. It's the first major revision in years, reviving elements of the controversial 2020 test, but with a new twist. So what's different this time? Who will struggle the most? And why does this matter not just to applicants, but also to families, employers, and immigrant communities? Let's break it down in detail. Core issue, the new test. Here's what changes on October 18th, 2025. Instead of 10 questions, applicants could face up to 20. The pool of possible questions expands from 100 to 128. The passing score rises. 12 correct answers are needed. Fail more than 8, and you're done. Unlike the 2020 version, USCIS officers won't have to ask all 20 questions. They'll stop as soon as you've either passed or failed. This sounds small, but for applicants, every detail matters. A wider question bank means more study. A higher passing score means less margin for error. Current test versus new test. Let's compare side by side. Current 2008 test, up to 10 questions, 6 correct required, 100 total possible questions. New 2025 test, up to 20 questions, 12 correct required, 128 possible questions. For some, the numbers may look manageable. But for applicants balancing work, family, and language barriers, even an extra 28 questions can make preparation overwhelming. Who gets a break? Some applicants won't feel the changes. If you're 65 or older and have lived in the U.S. as a permanent resident for at least 20 years, you'll continue to take a special version of the test. That means just 10 questions from a reduced bank. Passing still requires 6 correct answers. This rule remains unchanged, but it's worth noting that stricter background checks may still affect these applicants in other ways. Deadline pressure. The real urgency lies in timing. If you file your N-400 application before October 18th, you'll take the current, easier test. If you file after, you face the new system. That creates a 30-day countdown window in September and October 2025, where thousands of immigrants may rush to file. We could see USCIS flooded with applications in the weeks leading up to the deadline. This may cause processing delays, but those delays won't matter as long as your application is filed before October 18th. Enhanced enforcement beyond the test. This isn't just about answering history questions. USCIS is simultaneously tightening naturalization standards. Disability exceptions will undergo tougher scrutiny. Waivers won't be automatically accepted. The good moral character requirement is being emphasized. Past issues, even minor ones, may be weighed more heavily. Old-fashioned neighborhood checks are making a comeback, where officers verify eligibility at the local level. In short, the civics test is just one layer of a larger push for stricter screening. Risks for immigrants. Let's talk real risks. For non-native English speakers, studying 128 questions is no small task. Imagine memorizing names of founding fathers, amendments, wars, and complex political processes, all in a second language. For applicants with limited education, this barrier could feel insurmountable. More difficult tests may translate directly into higher denial rates. And remember, a failed test means you may reattempt, but delays could push your citizenship journey back months or even years. For green card holders nearing eligibility, the message is clear: act now or face tougher odds. Real-life scenarios. Scenario 1, the early filer. Anna has been a green card holder since 2018. She becomes eligible for naturalization in June 2025. If she applies right away, she'll lock in the easier 2008 test. That's only 10 questions, 6 correct answers needed. Scenario 2. The waiter. Now, consider Ravi, who delays until November 2025 because of family obligations. He'll face the new test, up to 20 questions, with 12 required. His English is good, but memorizing 128 questions adds stress. He's at higher risk of failing. Scenario 3. The elder. Meanwhile, Rosa is 70 years old with 22 years as a green card holder. She'll take the simplified version regardless of timing. For her, the civics test won't be harder, but USCIS may still probe into her records more closely. These scenarios highlight why knowing your timeline is critical. Impact on employers and communities. It's not just individuals who feel the impact. Employers and HR managers may also face challenges. Longer citizenship pathways can affect employee stability, travel permissions, and even security clearances for certain jobs. Communities, too, may see immigrants discouraged from pursuing citizenship, weakening civic participation and slowing integration. For advocacy groups and nonprofits, this means a renewed focus on education, test prep, and support services. Supporters versus critics. Why is USCIS doing this? Supporters argue that tougher tests strengthen civic values, ensuring that new citizens truly understand American history and government. They see it as a way to reinforce national unity. Critics, however, call it unnecessary gatekeeping. They warn that making the test harder will discourage otherwise qualified immigrants and unfairly punish those with language or educational barriers. In reality, both views hold truth. The test is not just an exam. It's a statement of what America expects from its future citizens. What you can do now. So what's the smartest move for applicants? 1. Don't delay. If you're eligible now or will be before October 18th, 2025, file early. 2. Prepare seriously. Even the 2008 test requires knowledge. Don't underestimate it. 3. Plan ahead. If you'll face the 2025 version, start studying immediately once USCIS publishes the new materials. For families, employers, and advocates, this is the moment to encourage eligible green card holders not to wait. Long-term outlook. The October 2025 change is part of a broader trend. Tougher immigration policies under the Trump administration's second term. Naturalization is just one area. We've also seen stricter green card enforcement, increased denials in certain visa categories, and heightened deportation risks. That means applicants should expect more scrutiny at every stage, from green card renewal to naturalization. Here's the bottom line. The civics test is changing October 18th, 2025. More questions, tougher standards, and higher passing requirements. File before the deadline to secure the simpler 2008 version. Beyond the test, USCIS is also tightening background checks and eligibility reviews. For many, this could mean the difference between securing U.S. citizenship and facing long delays or denials. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching Immiscope. See you in the next video.